In a cozy little house nestled in the middle of the bustling town of Starlight, there lived a curious and bright-eyed girl named Stella. Stella had always been fascinated by the twinkling stars that adorned the night sky. Her best gift ever was a telescope that her grandfather gave her on her 7th birthday. Every night, she would point her telescope towards the heavens, searching for shooting stars and constellations. One chilly evening, as Stella perched by her bedroom window, peering through her telescope, she spotted a magical sight. A star shot across the sky with a dazzling trail, and to Stella's amazement, it seemed to fall right into her backyard. Her heart leaped with excitement, and without a moment's hesitation, Stella dashed downstairs, pulling on her fluffy slippers and coat as she went. Breathless, she arrived in her backyard, and there, nestled softly in the dewy grass, was a small, glowing star. It was no bigger than a garden pebble, but shone with a light so warm and gentle, it seemed to hum a soft lullaby. Stella kneeled beside it, amazed at the star's enchanting glow. She reached out her hand hesitantly, wondering if her touch would dim its light. But the moment her fingers brushed against its radiant surface, the star flickered and gave a tiny, joyful bounce, as if saying hello to its new friend. Stella giggled, filled with an indescribable happiness, as the star seemed to dance in her palm. Over the next few days, Stella kept the star nestled safely in a small basket by her window. She named it Twinkle, and together they watched the world outside. Twinkle shared its magical tales of the night sky, speaking in gentle, shimmering whispers only Stella could hear. But Stella knew that the star longed to return to its home in the sky. So one clear, beautiful night, with a heart full of love and a promise of friendship, Stella took Twinkle back to the backyard. She held it up high and, with a burst of energy, the star soared back into its celestial realm, trailing a ribbon of light. Wave after wave of shooting stars danced across the sky in thanks, their brilliant paths intertwining above Stella's house. As she lay under the stars, now her forever friends, Stella knew she would never look at the night sky the same way again, carrying the memory of Twinkle and their shared adventures close to her heart. One shiny night, under the velvet sky filled with gleaming stars, a little girl named Stella lay in her backyard, gazing at the twinkling wonders above. She loved stars, dreaming often that they were friends lighting up her dreams. Suddenly, a tiny voice whispered, "Please help me." Startled, Stella looked around, and to her surprise, there was a small star, shimmering softly beside her. "What's wrong?" Stella asked gently. The star, with a faint flicker, replied, "I'm lost. I've fallen from the sky, and I can't find my way back. Will you help me return home?" Stella nodded eagerly, her eyes wide with excitement and a little nervousness. She was determined to help her new friend. How do we get you back?" The star twinkled softly. "We'll need to find the moon, for she can guide us to the great star path." Stella and the star set off on a magical journey, guided by the soft glow of the star and Stella's sense of adventure. They tiptoed past the sleeping houses and into the whispering woods, where the trees nodded encouragingly as they passed. Soon they reached the edge of the woods and found a shimmering lake, mirroring the heavens above. "The moon!" Stella exclaimed, pointing to the reflection. The moon arched in the sky, graceful and wise. "Why are you here, little star?" she asked softly. "I fell and can't find my way home," the star answered shyly. The moon smiled warmly, her light casting a gentle path on the lake's surface. "Then follow this path. It will lead you to the great star path and back to your family," the moon instructed. Stella held the star close, following the moonlit path across the lake. With each step, they felt lighter and brighter until at last, they reached the glowing entrance of the great star path. "Thank you, Stella," said the star happily. "I'll never forget your kindness." With a final hug, Stella watched as her star friend floated upwards, joining the vast twinkle of stars once more. Though the star was gone, Stella felt a warmth in her heart, knowing she had done something wonderful. She sighed contentedly, lying back in her backyard, her eyes tracing the sky again. And if she looked closely, she could see her friend shining just a little bit brighter than before. Once upon a time, in a land where the night sky shimmered like a million glistening diamonds, lived a young girl named Stella. Stella was no ordinary girl. She had a secret talent. Every night, when the world was asleep, Stella had the magical ability to ride on trails of shooting stars. It all began one eve when Stella spotted a particularly playful star dancing across the sky. This star seemed different from the rest. It shimmered brighter, leaving a sparkling trail that twinkled with excitement. Stella felt an irresistible pull and decided to follow it. To her amazement, the star dipped down from the sky and hovered above her, as if inviting her to join the celestial dance. With a heart full of wonder, Stella reached out, and in an instant, she was lifted into the sky, soaring among the stars. The playful star giggled, a sound like tinkling bells, and introduced itself as Nova. "Welcome, Stella," Nova chimed. "Tonight, we will ride the shooting stars and meet other starcatchers just like you." And so their adventure began. Stella and Nova zipped through constellations, looped around the moon, and skipped across the night sky. Along the way, they met Luna, a starcatcher with silver wings that glimmered like the Milky Way. Luna was busy gathering stardust to sprinkle on the sleepy world below. "Lovely to meet you, Stella." Luna waved cheerfully. Next, they encountered Orion, holding a majestic starbound bow, who was guiding a group of young stars on their first galactic journey. Stella was amazed by how many starcatchers there were, each with a unique gift. As their journey carried on, Stella felt a warmth in her heart, a connection not just to her new friends, but to the universe itself. Together with Nova, Luna, Orion, and countless other starcatchers, Stella danced across the sky, laughing and singing with joy. As the first light of sunrise began to paint the horizon, Nova brought Stella gently back to Earth. "Until next time," Nova shimmered, "keep your eyes on the stars, because they're always watching over you." With that, Stella waved goodbye and promised to return. She had found not only friends in the stars, but a piece of the magic within herself. And every time she looked up at the night sky, she knew it was full of stories waiting to be told. Once upon a time, in a little village nestled near Whispering Woods, there lived a little girl named Stella. Stella was not like other children. She had a special friend named Starry. Starry was not an ordinary friend, but a shimmering star that had fallen from the sky during a stormy night. With a twinkle in his eye and a warm glow, Starry brought light to Stella's nights and stories. But one day, Starry felt a longing to return home to the night sky. Stella, being the kind friend she was, wanted to help him, but she did not know how. They embarked on a journey through the Whispering Woods, following the trail of shooting stars that Starry remembered from his descent. Their journey took them over babbling brooks, under towering trees, with little creatures of the forest guiding them with songs and whispers. Finally, they reached their destination, the Celestial Gate, a wondrous archway that glowed with the soft light of moonbeams. The gate would open a path to the skies, but a riddle was carved into the stone, and Stella knew she had to solve it to send her dear friend back home. The riddle read, "I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind." Stella puzzled over the words. Starry twinkled nervously. Time was short. The sky could not be without him for long. Then Stella brightened. "An echo!" she exclaimed. The ground began to rumble ever so slightly, and the celestial gate slowly began to open. Starry's glow intensified, feeling the pull of his celestial home. He danced around Stella one last time, twinkling in a way that meant thank you in star language. As he ascended towards the night sky, he left a trail of stardust. The stardust wrapped around Stella, a constant reminder of her sparkling friend. Stella waved until he disappeared amongst his celestial siblings. That night, when she looked up, the stars seemed to twinkle just a bit brighter, as if Starry was telling her another story. The story began with once upon a time, my friend Stella found the answer. And so, each night, the stars whispered tales of adventures. They whispered tales of friendship and the little girl who opened the celestial gate. Once upon a time, in a little town nestled between the mountains and the sky, there lived a curious girl named Stella. Stella loved stargazing more than anything else. Every night, she would climb to the top of her favorite hill, lie back on the soft grass, and watch the twinkling stars dance in the night sky. One special evening, as Stella sat on the hill, she saw a star that seemed to twinkle extra bright. She closed her eyes and made a wish just like she always did. But this time, she felt a warm glow. Opening her eyes, Stella found herself surrounded by shooting stars, swirling and twirling as if performing a magical dance just for her. Among them, the brightest star stopped right in front of her. "Hello, Stella," the star said softly, its voice as gentle as a whispering breeze. Stella was astonished, but not afraid. "Hello, star," she replied, her eyes wide with wonder. The star thanked Stella for always watching them, saying her love for the stars made them sparkle brighter each night. In gratitude, the star offered to take her on a journey across the sky. "Hold on tight," said the star, "and I will show you the universe." With a leap of faith, Stella grabbed the shimmering tail of the star and flew high above the earth. Together, they whisked through constellations and danced around the moon. Stella's heart soared as she dipped and twirled with the stars, her laughter echoing through the vast sky. As dawn began to peek over the horizon, the journey drew to an end. The star gently brought Stella back to her hill. "Thank you," Stella whispered, her eyes filled with happy tears. "No, thank you, dear Stella," replied the star, its glow warm and bright. "I promise to shine brightly every night for you." With the star returning to its place in the sky, Stella felt a comforting sense of peace. She laid down on the grass, the fading warmth of stardust still tingling on her skin. As she closed her eyes, drifting into sleep, she dreamed. Stella dreamt of riding on shooting stars once more, feeling the wind in her hair and the stars' gentle whispers. Each night from then on, Stella slept with a smile, knowing her friends, the stars, were always just a wish away, shining brightly for her and the whole wide world.